start.
Okay, so thank you so much, Bushra, for this warm welcome. So thank you so much, our mentors, Nadeem Noori sir and MGG Shan Ahmed. So we will wait for like 5 more minutes to join rest of the students. Then we'll continue. Okay. So till now it's 28.
Sure.
Actually, the registration is more than 60, so that's why we are waiting like 2 more minutes. Okay.
Okay, thank you for welcoming me, guys. I just wanted to ask you, like, what are you guys actually doing, and just a brief introduction of yourself. Just give me, then that will give me the idea, like, what exactly are you guys doing? Any stuff like projects and all, and what are the tech stacks that you're interested these days or you're working on, where you can actually use Git and GitHub and stuff. So yeah.
So yeah, so anyone you want to answer, please unmute yourself and answer. So if you want to answer in Hindi, it's okay, no problem. So
yeah, it's not a big deal. Just a small brief intro, so that I get an idea. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Hi Busha, thank you for introducing me. I guess we should call their names, then only they will turn up. Otherwise, they won't be. So that will be the better according to me. And I'm able to recognize most of them. They are roaming outside as this is the live session and hands-on session. So they must be sitting with their system. Then only they can connect what is happening, what this man will be teaching. Yeah. So at least these guys, Josefa and their teams, they are taking good initiatives. Then you should come with a interest. Then only these kind of session will help you out. Otherwise, it is not going to help you. Just joining and giving your presence, that won't help you.
Yeah.
So
correct.
among you, just I will calling upon the name. So they will be introducing themselves. Okay. So I will call upon who is Abu Hamza Rizvi. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I am there.
Yeah. So go with, turn on your camera and proceed. You are muted actually.
Hello.
Yeah, Zephyr, go on.
Okay, so
Sorry.
guys, please speak. So this session is completely hands-on. So make sure to make this session like interactive, right? So if you have any doubts, please ask. कोई भी questions or regarding anything, right? So anything like projects, like what to learn, how to start with development, DSA, anything, right? These are like industry experience guys. So they'll definitely help you out, right? So that's why we build this platform to help you and support you to grow, right? So you have any doubts, any questions, please feel free to ask.
Boys and girls, first of all, you should not be afraid of.
Yeah.
We are your seniors, we are your alumni, okay? So आप हम लोग को ऐसा कंसिडर करके चले कि हम आपके बड़े भाई के जैसे, ओके? आप हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हो. Language is not a matter, okay? You can explore your thoughts, your insights, what you are expecting from us, so that Josefa will help us, so that for the next event, Josefa can connect with such kind of person to bring in these communities. आप जब तक बोलोगे नहीं तो मालूम कैसे चलेगा आपको चाहिए क्या? So I guess Hamza is not there, so we will move forward. I guess Alisa Siddiqui, they are the core members.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. We will go with Zumana Husna. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Zumana, just proceed like currently what you are doing and what you are expecting from us. how will how we can move along. Okay.
If it's possible, can we actually make
हाँ
the
yeah, you
session
can.
in Hindi or Urdu?
हाँ, it is possible. See, actually, we will keep this session in bilingual. We will go with Hindi along with English. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that will be better.
the reason I started with English is because at the end, I mean, it's a good practice. But anyways, if you are not comfortable with this, so please don't be afraid of speaking. Language shouldn't be a barrier. It's just a way of communication. आप हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हो, आप उर्दू में भी, whatever you feel comfortable and you can talk. But I just wanted a brief introduction from you or from like any one of you or at least the core members, so that I should also get the motivation, to keep interacting. The session should be interactive because I'll be guiding you throughout, like how actually Git helps, what is Git, and how it is used in the industry, how I am using, and the whole industry, the whole IT industry is using it. So I just want your attention and support throughout this, and I want you to be present with me with your laptop, or so that you can follow the steps that we'll be following throughout this. So yeah, just let me know when you guys are ready. We'll start.
Yeah, I think we should start because those who have already joined, they are ready, I guess. एंड जो अभी बाहर ही लाइक मानो कैंपस में घूम रहे हैं तो वी आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दोज गाइस, सो दैट इज़ अप टू हिम और हर. सो उन लोग के लिए कुछ ही नहीं कर सकता, राइट. दिस इज़ लाइक जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 30, सो आई थिंक वी शुड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर. और जो भी लाइक अभी रूम पे है, हॉस्टल में, जहाँ भी रहे, एटलीस्ट लाइक ब्रिंग योर लैपटॉप्स, अपने लैपटॉप्स ऑन कर लो बिकॉज दिस सेशन इज कम्प्लीटली हैंड्स ऑन, राइट. सो एट द एंड यू गोना लर्न समथिंग. So please make sure to like bring your laptops, at least do what your mentors is doing along with you, right? So
Yeah,
please
yeah.
please
Yeah.
continue. And yeah.
Okay.
I would like to add upon this one a bit for a while.
Sure, sure.
Sorry to disturb you.
Sure.
If all of you are comfortable, then you can turn on your camera. That will be like give whether you are mentally available or not, because you might be connected, but you might kept your phone outside. So that will help us. So it is better to turn on your camera.
Yeah, because see, guys, this is one of the most important sessions that you're gonna have, because Git is something that is very fundamental. It'll help you to understand how actually the shared code among the teammates remotely work, and it is a mandate for the technical interviews that you're gonna have in upcoming years. If you, maybe you guys are in third year, second year, or first year, after fourth year, in the fourth year you're gonna attend interviews and it is gonna ask to you. So you better be. It's a very important thing to understand. So yeah. So sir, Nadeem sir, I just want to ask you, do you have anything to share, like PPT or something, or shall I go with it?
First, you go with. At last, I will be going like what are the career paths, how they can explore the things, so that
Okay.
I will be
Okay.
handling. At
Okay,
last.
guys. So I'll be sharing my screen, and so just let me know if you can see it. I'm sharing my entire screen, and okay. So this is this is a presentation that I've created for you. I'll start from beginning. So it's completely made by AI. I did not make it by myself, because everybody is using AI these days. You should also use it. So first of all, we'll talk about what Git is. So Git is nothing but a version control system. So these are the contents of this presentation, the main agenda, what we are going to talk about in this session. So the first thing we are going to talk about is what is version control systems. What are these? How you can actually control them, and then we have this Git fundamentals, where you will understand what is Git, and like what is the main use of it and where it is actually used, and what are the tools that are required to use it. Okay, and then we have some Git commands that you should be knowing these commands to do very basic operations. And the fourth one is the GitHub, the second topic of this presentation, which is GitHub. So GitHub is nothing but where you actually where you put your repository remotely online. and then how the collaboration workflows works, and what are the things that are used in the industry. Okay, so I'll be slow. I'll be asking you if you're okay with my pace, or I'm not speaking very fast, or you can understand it. Okay. So the very first thing is, what is this modern version control system? Okay. So let's say you're working on a project. Okay, and there are multiple people. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, you are audible. Okay. So let's say there's a project in which अभी आप लोग final year में you guys will be working on a project, right? Or third year maybe. So there will be multiple members. Let's say 3 to 4 members आपको ऐसा allocate होता है. So you all will be working on the central idea, and one of you might be coding a front end or back end or whatever. तो एक सेंट्रल कोड है, राइट, एंड उसमें डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फीचर्स होते हैं, राइट. सो उसके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फीचर्स पे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पीपल काम कर रहे होंगे, ठीक है. सो टू तो टू वर्क देम, लाइक आप लोगों को सबको साथ में काम करना पड़ेगा, एंड यू ऑल शुड हैव द सेम कोड सो दैट एवरीबडी इज ऑन द सेम प्लेट एंड एवरीबडी इज इन सिंक with the latest code. For that, we have this version control system where you actually keep a track of your code every time. So you keep a track of who committed that, who coded that, and when it was coded, and if something breaks, then who's the responsible guy for it. ठीक है, आप लोग टीम की टीम हो, अगर एक ने एक की वजह से कोड फट रहा है, राइट, सो उसको पता होना चाहिए, लाइक पूरी टीम को पता होना चाहिए कि किसने वो कोड लिखा था, सो दैट गाय विल बी अकाउंटेबल फॉर. So that is where we use Git, and this is what the version control. Basically, we are keeping the versions of the same code using Git. ठीक है, तो अभी I am just telling you the theoretical part. Later, I will just make a repository and I'll clone it and I'll tell you the commands, right? ठीक है. So basically, Git जो है, if you, I'll just Google it for you. Okay, so it's like a open source version control system, right? So it is able to manage the source code or the data, है ना. अब आप क्या है, अगर आप विंडोज यूजर हो तो आपके लैपटॉप में गिट बाय डिफॉल्ट नहीं आता है, डजंट कम अलोंग विथ योर विंडोज, सो यू हैव टू इंस्टॉल इट. तो गिट पे जाके यू कैन जस्ट इंस्टॉल इट एंड यू कैन डाउनलोड इट. But if you're a Mac user, so you can it comes along with your Mac. You don't have to install it. So if I just open my terminal, so if I just type git, right, so it will show me all the commands that we have. So it is already there, right. अब अगर आप Windows user हो, so you can go to this website, you can install it. It will show up install for Windows something, and you can install it, right. And let's get back to our presentation where we were talking about uh, the version control, right. अभी तक यहाँ पे किसी को कोई डाउट है? Anybody wants to ask any question?
No, Jishan, I think I have no doubts. You can continue.
Okay, ठीक. Okay, so हमें अब तक ये पता चला कि what is actually Git and what is GitHub, ठीक है. एंड अभी हम पता करेंगे कि कंपनीज इसको क्यों यूज करती हैं. जैसा कि मैंने बोला, इट इज अ सिंगल फीचर ऑन which multiple people can work, right. So to keep a track of the code, right, कि किसने कौन सा काम किया, किसके फीचर, like at the end you guys will be the code should be same at the end. So after you complete your feature, you'll be pushing it somewhere, right. So everybody should get the same code and start from that baseline. So for that reason, the companies use it, and it is a must for all of us to know. So the problem that gets solved, Git से पहले क्या होता था, developers had a very huge problem. Like, we used to keep a track by saving the files with, let's say, uh, final project or final project version 1, final project version 2, right. Abhi, so this Git is solving that problem by maintaining that track of it. Okay, तो यही है. And So Git is nothing but a tool that remembers the change and remembers the different version of the code. So it remembers who made the change. So Git annotate will be responding to that. If you do Git annotate, it will show that who actually made the change in the code and what was changed. मतलब exactly क्या change हुआ code में. So if you do Git diff or so I'll show you like the commands we will be going forward later, but I'll show you. So this is the Android Studio, guys. You guys might have seen if you have used it for Android development or anything else. So JetBrains के सारे IDs में this is the same UI that you get, ठीक है? And these are the files, right? So and if you go to Git from there, then you get these things. First thing is commit, then push, then update project, then comes pull, right? And then fetch. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. Then you don't have to go to all of it, but आपको basic at least पता होना चाहिए कि what is commit, push and pull, right? Okay. By the way, git तो यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया होगा कि it just keep a track. So if you see, this is the git tree. Git is git tree. I'll zoom it up. So I'm not allowed to show this, but I'm still showing because I want you guys to understand that this is how Git works. So you can see, right, this is the chain that it is following. So every guy who is committed on this particular branch, which is let's say DT final, right? So it will be shown up here. So what are the changes? So this is the commit message that I was talking about. Anyways, we'll be talking about that later. Let's get back to the presentation again. Okay, so एक बार पीछे चलते हैं और पीछे से वापस आते हैं. सो गिट आपको पता लग गया, ठीक है. एक वर्जन लोकल वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम है ये. इसके लिए आपको इंटरनेट की ज़रूरत नहीं है. इसके लिए आपको किसी रिपोजिटरी के होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट अगर आप सिंपली लोकली गिट इंस्टॉल कर लेते हो और उसको इनिशियलाइज कर लेते हो बाय दैट सम कमांड्स आई विल बी टेलिंग यू लेटर, तो आपको इसका एक्सेस मिल जाएगा, राइट. और जो भी आप काम करते हो, जिस जिस फोल्डर में आप हो, जो आपका मेन फोल्डर है जिसमें आपका सारा कोड है, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिपोजिटरी इन गिट टर्म्स. ओके, सो whatever the uh, whatever the history that is there along with the project, it will be shared, and working everybody who has cloned with the link or have access to that can see the history, ठीक है. Then comes GitHub, ठीक है. So when you deploy this project, the whole project, when you push somewhere, so you need somebody, you need a platform that actually keeps all your code, ठीक है. तो इसमें GitHub आता है, ठीक है. We have GitHub, we have GitLab, ठीक है. We have Atlassian का Bitbucket. So Bitbucket is paid, GitLab is I guess paid, I'm not sure about it, but Atlassian का is what we use in the industry because it has better features than GitHub. So GitHub is another company which is giving you it for free. So yeah, and we have remote repository. So everything that you see, these are the remote repositories. So this is GitHub. This is my repository, and this is my GitHub. And so these are the repositories that I am having, right? So these are remote repositories. Okay, and let's move further. अभी तक आपको पता लग गया कि गिट के फंडामेंटल क्या होते हैं, गिट यूज क्यों होता है, गिट हब बेसिकली क्या होता है. तो बहुत बड़ा कंफ्यूजन मुझे भी था पहले, सिंस आई वाज लाइक व्हेन आई वाज न्यू टू दिस गिट एंड स्टफ, कि गिट और गिट हब में क्या फ़र्क है. तो गिट इज जस्ट अ टूल दैट कीप्स ट्रैक ऑफ द कोड, ठीक है. तो ऐसा समझ लो कि गिट एक कैमरे जैसा है, ठीक है. सीसीटीवी कैमरा जैसा आपके उसमें लगा है. तो इट इज सीइंग एवरीथिंग, इट इज कीपिंग अ ट्रैक, इट इज रिकॉर्डिंग एवरीथिंग. बट आपको व्हाट इफ यू वांट टू सी इट लेटर, आपको बाद में उसको देखना है, यू वांट टू विजुअलाइज इट और यू वांट टू सी समथिंग, तो उसके लिए यू हैव टू स्टोर इट समवेयर, राइट. एंड you have to store it somewhere where all can access, everybody can access. So that's where the GitHub comes into the picture, and when you just push your code remotely to GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab, so that becomes your remote repository, and that's what GitHub is doing, okay. Now let's come to this I'm sorry guys, some disturbance might be coming from my side. Some kids are playing outside. I'll just close the window. Okay.
No, it's not a disturbance.
You guys are not hearing that? Kids are shouting in the background.
It's very minimal. So
Just let me close the window at least. I am getting disturbed.
sure.
Yeah. So I was talking about the commands that we are having. Okay. So how many of you guys are already familiar with these commands and already have used Git before?
You all can raise your hand from clicking.
Okay. Okay. Two of them I see. Imran has used it. Shahid has also used it. So you guys are using terminal for that, the command line interface or the UI, source tree or Visual Studio के अंदर जो ये आता है, like this comes right, this one. So you guys use it or क्या? You guys can write.
Using command line.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a nice practice. But to visualize, it's like command line is best. But when you'll have a lot of code, and so again the IDs help you in visualizing things. So we just ignore it completely. You don't have to ignore it, Yakub. Okay. Nadeem sir, you wanna say something? You're raising a hand.
No, that was you have asked the questions like who all are using
Okay.
it. So for that reason,
Okay.
the
Got
hand
it.
is one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, I guess you guys have already used it, but still there will be some freshers or some guys who have not used it, and maybe all of you might have not used all of the commands that we have. But anyways, we will not be going into the different like difficult commands. Like we have uh, some commands that we don't use often. I'll show you what are those commands. So if you just type git in your, he's saying something. Okay. What steps will you follow to contribute to open source? I'll come to that, Shagufta. I'll come to that. Just a moment. I am in the middle of something. At the end, we'll come to that. No problem. So yeah, if you write git when you have installed the git, then you can see all the commands, right? So whenever you clone a repository, you use this git clone command, and when you have not initialized any git yet, so you just go to the directory and you just do git init. This will create an empty git repository, and .git file will be created. I'll show you how. So I guess that will take time, so let's move forward. So I guess git clone you must be aware of, because whenever you clone any repository from the GitHub, so if I come to this repository, let's say in my GitHub, so whenever you click on this code button, you will see this you will see this link, right? Or if you come to GitHub CLI, you can copy this, or you can just copy this link and you just write git clone and it will be cloned. Okay. Let's why not we just make a new repository and do this for you, since it's I did it already, but yeah, let's do it. So I'll make it like test one or something, and I will not add the readme. I'll just create it. Okay. And so I want to clone it, so I'll go to this test one. So this is the link that it creates for you, and you guys can see the terminal, right? Or should I increase the size of it? Can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Something else. Yeah. Okay, I'm in the desktop now. I'll create a folder. And also, guys, it's better that you guys also learn Linux. Linux commands are really helpful. So I'll call it test1, and I'll go into that. And there I will write this git clone. I'll paste this URL. So it will, okay, so it's empty, right? So it's okay. It must have been cloned. Okay, so it has nothing in it for now. Okay, so that's how you clone it, by the way. And so yeah, we were talking about the other commands as well. So I'll write git again. So we have cloned this by just using it. Then we can use this git init, and it will create a empty repository, or it can reinitialize the existing one as well. So if I write git init, it should reinitialize it. So it reinitializes the git repository in this particular path, right? So that's how git init does. And then we have git add. Okay, so there are okay, let's go to the presentation again. So there are some stages in the git, right? So if I write git stages, okay. Yeah, so can you guys see this image? So this image describes like how git uh, works actually. So we have when it is on local, when all the changes are then in your local directory. So let's say you have a working directory where you're actually coding, right? And when you have some files and you want to commit it, so first you have to put them into the staging area. And once you put them into the staging area, then you'll have to commit them locally. Again, it will be very local. It can be rolled back, but it will generate a commit id as well. So commit id is nothing but a key that is attached to that particular change. So whenever you want to roll it back, there's a command called cherry pick also, so you can always come back to this. So that key is something that is used for that. And when you finally push it, then it will be moved to your GitHub or anywhere which is remote, which is not on your computer, right? And then the other people who are working on it can take pull. So it will come into their local repository, and then they can work on their working directory. So this is the flow of it. So there are four things here. So working directory, staging area, repository, and the final remote repository. So this is what it is. And okay, we'll move forward with the other commands. So git add is the one that I told you to add the files to put them into the staging area. Okay. Git restore, I guess, is something when you want to restore to some checkpoints. We don't often use it, but yeah, it is helpful. And we'll again, in this, when you actually have to examine the history and state, we have this command called git status. So it actually show you how many files are committed and how many files are not committed, right? So it just shows you the status, is working status of the tree. And yeah, and the most important commands are these in the last. We'll come to this. We'll come to the third set of commands. But for now, we have to know, we should know this one first. So fetch is something that is download that actually gets you all the code, but it does not it shows that okay, there are some changes in the local that you have to pull. अभी कुछ changes हैं, I'll show you. So this is our Android Studio. अभी मैं अगर यहाँ से fetch करता हूँ और अगर मेरे को यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसा arrow सा दिखता है, anyways I won't be able to access it because it's not allowed to access this from outside the office. But अगर कुछ यहाँ पे change होता, so this is the fetch icon. तो अगर मैं यहाँ से fetch करता हूँ और कोई changes होगा वहाँ पे, right? Somebody has pushed the some code in this branch. So मुझे यहाँ पे fetch दिखाएगा कि there are some incoming changes, incoming commits, right? Or then I'll have to pull it to get those changes. ठीक है? So तो ये था. And After that, we have this pull. After you complete this fetch, you have to pull the changes. So pull is something that you use to take the latest code from the remote repository, and push is something again. After committing your changes, you will have to put your commits to the local, not from the local to the remote repository. So that's where push comes. And yeah, so if you guys have any doubt till now, then you can ask. Otherwise, I'll just clone a repository as I already cloned. I'll 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 show you a live demo, like how you actually clone it. I have already cloned it, but I'll tell you how to add it, or how to check the status, how to fetch and pull and push. Are you guys there, or?
Yeah, we are available.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just asking, do you have anything to ask?
Just tell everyone
What?
to actually raise their hand to check how many are present and how many are just proxying.
See, Yakub, I would say, is completely on like on their interest actually.
Yes.
We cannot force them to learn, but अच्छा है अगर if they learn it, because आगे चल के उनको पढ़ना ही है anyways.
Exactly. So
Yeah, exactly.
I guess this
अपने
question,
क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं.
दूसरा, you are actually not loud and clear. So is it
हाँ मैं
okay?
बोल रही थी आप अपने क्वेश्चंस चैटबॉट में भी पूछ सकते हो, वो दिक्कत नहीं है.
okay, then I think we should continue.
okay. So guys, हमने almost theoretical part we have completed, and we are almost there. We just have to explore a few commands that we have: git init, git status, and git add, git commit, and git log and stuff. After that, we'll be talking about how these repositories work. I guess you all are familiar with GitHub, how it looks, and I'll be telling you the commands first. Then will go to the differences between Git and GitHub, and yeah, branching is something that is really important, but for that you should first understand the basic ones, which is pull, push, fetch, and branching will come later when you actually will be working with multiple features, and you want to uh, collaborate on a feature together, or multiple features, right? But I will tell you with the I will show you the like how branches actually looks. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then we'll talk about how what is PR, pull request, and when do you do it actually? As I guess somebody in the chat has also asked how to, like, so this is related to your question, I guess, Shagufta. Like how you actually collaborate. So for that, this part will come when you actually collaborate in the open source and the repositories, I guess. Yeah. Somebody is raising hand or something. Okay. Then we will be having something like what are the best practices that we have, and yeah, I guess this is it, and I will just now do the practical stuff now. Okay. So okay guys, so this is something that I created half an hour ago for this session, so that I don't have to do everything again. So this is the repository that I have created for you. ये repository मैंने बनाई थी, not this one. This one I just created to clone it. Okay, this one. ठीक है, ppt नाम की एक repository मैंने बनाई थी. I did and I cloned it, and उसके अंदर मैंने एक instructions.txt फाइल बनाई थी, and उसके बाद the major things that you do is you pull it. ठीक है, you make a change, and then you push it. You can push it in the main branch, or you can create as many as branches as you want. ठीक है, branch वाला part will come later, but for somebody who's just starting with Git, I guess उसको main branch में ही करना चाहिए. And if many people are working on it, let's say third fourth year में जब आपका project आएगा and 3-4 people will be working on it, then you guys should create your own branches for all the features, and then you can use it. ठीक है, so let's say I'll start with something like this. So this is, let's say this is my VS Code. You guys must be using this VS Code only to code, I guess. So I'll create a new file called let's say, what should I call it? File1 or something, or let's say user.txt. It can be any file, right? So I will say this is a user file to be committed. Now see, you guys can see this is recognized as green. It means that okay, it is something new to Git, and it is recognized that okay, this is modified, so something has been newly created. So I'll tell you, if you do git status, then it is saying that see, Git is aware that a new file has been created, but the problem is it is untracked. So if you change something in it, and if you want to roll back to a place where you can actually track it, you cannot do this. For that, you will have to make sure that Git is aware of this. So for that, you can use that add command, as I said. So that add command, as I said, right, this will put your code into the staging area. Okay, so it will add the file to the index, all the contents that are there in the file, so you can do it. There are two ways of doing it. You can put the name of the file as well, or you can use git add dot. So what dot does is it will add all the files that are there in your particular directory, and if you just name your file like user and txt, then it will add it there, right? So this can also be done, or git add will also do the job, no problem. Okay, and तो अभी क्या है, ये add हो गया है staging area में. Now if you do the git status, it should ideally show, ठीक है, these changes are need to be committed, and this is the file. So git is now recognizing that okay, some new files has been come in the picture. अब इसको खाली हमको commit करना है locally, then उस commit को push करना है remotely, right? समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't have to call me sir, by the way. I'm just इतना 3-4 साल senior than you. Anyways, तो अब इसको I'll be committing it. एक बार zoom कर देता हूँ, so that you guys can see. हो गया, हाँ, ठीक है. तो ठीक है, अब हमने क्या किया, हमने add कर दिया. Now we'll have to commit this. So we'll write commit, and -m is where you like is something that enables you to write the message after this. And guys, this is something to be remembered, that your commit message should be logical. So right now we are not doing anything meaningful, but since you will be working on your real project that will be showing, ठीक है, फाइनल ईयर में या लाइक लास्ट ईयर में, थर्ड ईयर में, यू विल बी राइटिंग स्टफ, you will be building stuff that really you will have to show to the panel. तो उसके लिए जब आप रियल प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हो, so your commit message should be meaningful. It should not be bogus, like कुछ भी ऐसा random. So here तो I am not doing anything, so I can say I have added a new user, so added user file, so something like this. So if when you commit it, it will store these changes. See, and this file you can see is the commit, what do you say, is the commit code, or you can say uh, yeah, you can call it commit code. There's a special word for it, I'm not recalling that right now, but it will go with this key, right, 54612 bc. And let's say if you want to roll back to this particular place, then you will use this particular key, and this key will be reflected there in the GitHub as well. Okay, so it has created mode for this file, and it is ready to be pushed since we are, ठीक है, यहाँ तक ठीक है. Now अभी हमारा कोई extra एक ही branch है, हम main पे ही काम कर रहे हैं, we are working on main, ठीक है, so we can just use push, Otherwise अगर हमारा कोई और branch है तो we can write git push origin main or something. But since we are एक ही यहाँ पे हमारा पास वो है, so we can just push it, so it will say that okay, this file has been pushed. Or if you just go to my GitHub now, so this will be reflected. एक तीसरा file will be generated here, so user.txt generate हो गया, right? And this is the file, this is the content that I wrote inside it. अभी यहाँ तक तो हमारा बेसिक हो गया, okay? यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है?
भाई ELB फाइल अगर प्रोडक्शन में चली जाए तो उसको कैसे रोल बुक करेंगे?
तो Rakshan has asked a question that env file, if it has gone to the production, तो हमको production में उसको नहीं भेजना है guys, because env file has the credentials or has the information that should not be pushed, ठीक है? So we can put it in the git ignore, and git ignore में हम उसको रख सकते हैं, and that won't be pushed to the repository and it won't be seen. So that is not advised to push it in the production.
That commit code that you said,
Uh-huh.
is its name commit hash ID or something like that?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, commit hash ID, hash code that is generated. So this will be reflected in your Git. So I can see this is the code that we saw there, right, in the terminal, and this has been committed. So this is the ID that I was talking about. So yeah, guys, we have done the basic operations now. Like we have gone through this add, and we have gone through this fetch, pull, push. Again, pull we have not done. Again, we can do pull as well. But the one thing that you guys should remember, that whenever you guys are working on the same branch and somebody else has pushed the changes, इसीलिए you have to you have to fetch it first, so that you can see the incoming changes if they're there or not. And if there are incoming changes and उसमें आपने without pulling, if you pushed it, so it will be a mess, and you will lose the code that the other guy wrote. So इसलिए make sure that your branch or your repository is always updated, and if multiple people are working on the same repository on the same branch, तो ये है. And so I have this repository, मेरा ऑफिस का repository है, so you guys can see हम कैसे actually production में जब code जाता है तो हम how we actually maintain the folder structure, ठीक है? So here for every feature we'll be creating this feature का folder, and here we'll be creating this branch, and branch name should be also meaningful, ठीक है? तो ये तो मेरा local का है, so this you can see this is the remote one, ठीक है? And in the remote one we have this bug fixes, we have this multiple features, and we have this release branch. So we were working on MediaTek, so we had multiple releases so far, ठीक है? And so this is something that you should be aware of, कि कैसे आपको नेमिंग रखनी है उसकी, and what if it is a big project, you have to make sure that कि आप ये सारे conventions, best practices follow करो, okay? And यही है, okay? Also, so for the branches I would say हर फीचर के लिए एक नया ब्रांच बनाना इज ओके, बट हर चेंज के लिए यू डोंट हैव टू क्रिएट अ न्यू ब्रांच, बिकॉज द गिट इज able to handle that, ठीक है? अभी एक लेट्स से हम we are in this branch, right? Let's say we are in this DTE final branch. So if you see many people have committed on this. So for let's say somebody has made these changes as per the DT document, let's say. So this guy like Kedarnath has not created a new branch, ठीक है? For every feature, like for every addition that he has done to the code, he did not create a new branch, but he has done it in the same branch by just updating the code. And what he did was he went to this, he fetched it first, and then he pull it so that he gets the latest code. So this is the thing. Or let's go further in the, okay, let's go. A few slides are remaining now, I guess. ठीक है, we have done all this: git clone, git push, git pull, git remote. Git remote is something when you actually connect to the local repository, and then it uses that token that lets you connect to that remote repository. Okay, and what we have here. So yeah, for the collaboration workflow, I guess many of you have done this open source collaboration so far, right? I guess I know some people uh, in the chat that have done it. I guess Rakshan, have you done it? I'm aware, but because you're a friend of mine.
Hello.
Are you there? Rakshan, you're not audible yet.
He must be busy, I think so.
Okay, forget it. So there's some issue.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So I guess yeah, many people must have worked on this open source. I'll tell you how we actually do it. And so basically, what you do is you clone the repository. Okay, so where you actually want to contribute, and you go to all the README files that we have, and you see what the structure is and what exactly. But before that, I'll tell you something. Okay, and mm, okay, let's say I'm into this repository and I want to contribute to this. So there's some repository which is LLMs, which includes some LLMs and all the stuff. ठीक है, तो इसके अंदर मुझे अगर कंट्रीब्यूट करना है तो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल गो टू द इश्यूज. ठीक है, आई विल इसके अंदर ज़्यादा इश्यूज है नहीं, बट एनीवेज इफ यू आई वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट टू ओपन सोर्स आई विल गो टू दिस इश्यूज वाला टैब. I will search for all the issues and I will see what exactly I can solve. ठीक है, let's say there's a bug that is open, so I cannot read it, but ऐसा आपको मिलेगा. You guys know any repository that we can see right now? Okay, we can see that next door section, I guess.
Can you ask the question again?
I'm saying, do you guys have any repository like where you have contributed actually?
In our own repository, not outside our repository.
No. Like somebody asked the question, right? Shagufta asked the question that how do we actually contribute to the open source? So I'm talking about the open source repositories that we have. I guess we have it.
You can find the NumPy repositories. There will be lots of bugs over there, so you can resolve it. NumPy repository will be there.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, sir. I'll search for NumPy. I guess. Okay. Yeah. So I got it, and it was updated yesterday, and it has been maintained. See, you guys can see how many forks are there. So 12k people. Again, I forgot to tell you about fork. So fork is something when you actually clone a repository to make your own copy of it, and so dot git file will be there, right? So it will be shown that okay, you fork this repository and it is not actually created by you. You cannot claim it once you push it to the GitHub until you delete that dot git file. So for now, I'll tell you what I was telling. So there are multiple issues, 2000 issues that are there. It can be bugs, it can be some hot fixes, or it can be, see, you can see a lot of stuff, right? So Shagufta, you can go to all the issues, you can look into what issue you can actually contribute into, right? And then you just work on it, okay? And then see, then you commit it into a branch or something, then you raise your pull request. Okay, see, many people have already raised the pull request just like this, and जिन लोगों का repository है, the guys who actually own it will actually review your code and will test it end to end. If it works, they will accept it, they will close the issue, right? So these are the open PRs that we are having. So once you push your code to your branch, right, I'll search it, pull request. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. So see, what actually happens is when you actually work on some feature, okay, and you complete it, तो फिर वो testing में जाता है. So you give the branch or you give the build to the testers, वो उसको पूरा end to end test करते हैं, ठीक है. और अगर उसमें bugs होते हैं तो आपको अपनी उसको solve करके अपनी branch में ही रखना होता है. And when you are done with it, सारे bugs आपने fix कर लिए, then it has to go to the main branch. तो main branch का क्या होता है, सिर्फ team leads और managers के पास access रहता है. Every like normal developer doesn't have the access initially, but बाद में उसको दे देते हैं उसका access. So so अभी क्या है, अगर pull request ना हो तो you can directly, if you have the access to the main branch, आप क्या directly push कर सकते हो, ठीक है. But अगर आपका code main production में फटा, so that will create a mess in the production. So what you do is you actually raise a pull request. आपके जो seniors होते हैं like git उस पे Bitbucket पे there is this thing that you have to get your code reviewed by at least two people, two seniors and two juniors. So there are names that are there. I cannot open that Bitbucket here due to like the privacy reasons and company policies. Otherwise, I could have shown that four people are there to review your code without actually before merging it to the main branch. ठीक है. तो उसके लिए आपका कोड यहाँ पे प्रीव्यू होता है, then your branch is actually merged to the main production, ठीक है. So that is something that happens. और there you can see we have a lot of PRs and all. तो ये तो हो गया pull request का. And then we talked about the code review as well. So whenever you raise the PR, आपका code review होता है और आपके seniors उसको review करते हैं. They go through every line of code and they see what you have actually done. तो in Bitbucket they give you comments as well. Let's say आपने कुछ code लिखा that can be further optimized और अच्छे से उसको हम optimize कर सकते हैं, then they give you comments. तो उस comment को आपको resolve करके दोबारा उन changes को push करना होता है. Then you again raise the pull request with the new changes and then they finally integrate it into your production. So that the code should be robust, clean and validated properly. So this is the flow that we follow in the industry. And I guess Shagufta, you got your answer, like how to collaborate into the into the real projects that are there. Again, it's a big thing to actually collaborate to something that is there in the production and that is open source. तो अगर आप ऐसा करते हो, so you can put it in your resume as well, and companies actually recognize that as a like as that you have actually worked on something. So it's very good thing to you can go to GSOCs and all, where you actually work with in hackathons and all. तो उसमें भी आप contribute कर सकते हो. You can always contribute in these repositories that are open source, ठीक है. So there are some phases there as well. See, they have tested some stuff and they have written some tests for that. And उसके बाद वो उन्होंने PR raise किया है. अब जो उसका बंदा होगा, like the owner of this, so see there will be some owners of this repository, ठीक है. तो see these are the contributors and there will be some owners as well जिनके पास उसको PR को merge करने का वो होगा, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, पावर होगा. There will be some authorized guys, so वो लोग इसको merge कर देंगे finally, ठीक है. तो this was the way to come like contribute to your open source. अब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's go further in the slide. अब professional best practices क्या है कि आपको भाई जो messages you're writing, it should be as I told you before कि वो बिल्कुल clear होने चाहिए. और हैबिट, ये जो एक तो वो वाला हैबिट है, दूसरा हैबिट है कि you should be always syncing. So what happens is when you go to the office or whenever you're starting the work, and make sure that you're working in the team, तभी आप ऐसा करो. So whenever you're starting, just pull the latest changes before pushing. आप सुबह सुबह एक पुल ले लो, you will see whatever, maybe रात में किसी ने उस पर कुछ पुश किया उस ब्रांच में, so you will be you will be in sync with the latest code. So these are the two habits that we should follow, ठीक है, in the professional level code base. और आप अपने projects में भी करोगे, अपने team में भी करोगे, तो you will build a habit कि भाई एक्चुअली हमको वहाँ पे कंपनी में जाके ये करना है एंड कंपनी एक्चुअली अप्रिशिएट दैट इफ यू नो ऑल द प्रैक्टिसेस उनको आपको ट्रेनिंग ना देनी पड़े बिकॉज दीज डेज कंपनीज डोंट वांट समबडी हु जिसको उनको ट्रेनिंग देना पड़े दे वांट समबडी कि भाई आए और वो काम करने लग जाए ठीक है तो अभी so there are some things that you have to avoid okay तो अभी the main thing is you should never work on main branch अभी क्या है कि you should if you are the single guy who's working then it's fine but again if you're working on some feature with different people then आपको अपनी एक ब्रांच बनानी है अपनी ब्रांच में independently कोड चेंजेस करने हैं कोड कमिट करने हैं do whatever you want with it और उसमें आपको पुश करना है then you raise a PR and उसमें आप उसको मेन ब्रांच में मर्ज कर दो बाद में after that we have this git ignore as Rakshan was saying that if there are some sensitive files let's say कोई API का की है या let's say कुछ और डेटा है let's say हमारे पास जैसे if I show my code Android का कोड then we have some libraries some JNI libraries और CPP का कोड है that we don't have to push it to because ये बहुत बड़ा है मतलब एक I'll tell you the file as well so कुछ SO files वगैरह हैं we have तो ये फाइल बहुत बड़ी है okay this AAR फाइल है राइट WebRTC का पूरा हमने एक SDK यहाँ पे डाल रखा है तो we don't have to push it there तो हमने उसको git ignore में डाल सकते हैं we can put it in git ignore and it won't be pushed ठीक है और naming conventions we have to make sure that आपकी branch आपका फीचर अच्छे से डिफाइन करे if it is a feature if it is a bug if it is a hot fix or whatever it should tell the other guy who's working on it कि what exactly this branch is doing okay the next thing is real world में क्या होता है मतलब जैसे हम लोग काम करते हैं so you guys also work I guess most of like some of you have already started working in the industry ठीक है तो हम क्या करते हैं हम सबसे पहले इनिशियलाइज करते हैं अपनी रिपोजिटरी को ज़्यादातर इनिशियलाइज नहीं करते हैं हम जस्ट क्लोन करते हैं उसको and it already connects to the remote server then हम उसकी different features जो भी आपका requirement है उसके according हम branch बनाते हैं ठीक है then उसके बाद हम उसमें code commit करते हैं फिर opening people request मतलब हम उसके बाद PR raise करते हैं ठीक है और PR raise करने के बाद अपने seniors को बोलते हैं कि भाई हमारा code review करो और हमको वो दो अप्रूवल दो तो 2 अप्रूवल हमको चाहिए होते हैं 2 अप्रूवल मिलने के बाद +2 +1 रहता है +2 इज अ बिग अप्रूवल +1 इज अ स्मॉल अप्रूवल तो +2 अगर 2 मिल गया तो दैट इज एनफ टू मूव टू द प्रोडक्शन ठीक है आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट Bitbucket आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट GitLab और बाकी Gerrit is also something that we use ठीक है Git code reviews के लिए there is something called Gerrit I'll show you मतलब it's a plus that if you know Gerrit ठीक है तो Gerrit is something that is built on Git but it actually tell you line by line code कि आपने किस बंदे ने क्या change किया है और उसमें क्या क्या comments हमको करने हैं so anyways that's not the topic of the day ठीक है फिर आपका जब PR merge हो जाएगा then everybody will have to take the pull so final merge of the validated code into the main repository which means that your code has been merged to the production and everybody will take a pull and get your code get the latest changes ठीक है और अभी क्या है कि ये गिट आपको आना ही चाहिए बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी एसेंशियल इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए ओपन सोर्स कंट्रीब्यूशंस के लिए राइट तो और इंडस्ट्री के लिए तो ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू नो गिट और तो या तो दिस इज द समरी नाउ यू नो हाउ टू actually use git now what you can do as exercises you can explore different commands different ways आप जाओ आप यूज करो git और बस thanks for watching or that's it from my side if you guys have any questions then you can ask
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful practical session. Now we'll move on question and answer session. So
Yeah.
you can ask.
Hello. Assalamualaikum, Dishan bhai.
वालेकुम सलाम शायद भाई
Actually, yesterday I faced when I push my GitHub folder, the folder into GitHub. I don't so very I actually missed my branch and my folder got stashed. Then I did not recover my folder and my code permanently deleted. So, any tips to recover it?
तो आपने कमिट कर दिया है ना उसको, like it should be there in your local. So if you do this git, what is that, git restore or
Actually,
something?
मैं डे बाय डे एक फोल्डर बना रहा हूँ जो कोड कर रहा हूँ, डे 1 डे 2 ऐसे करके.
Okay.
तो सपोज मैंने डे 5 तक का पुश और कमिट कर रखा था, डे 6 का जो पुश कर रहा था तो वो दूसरे ब्रांच में कमिट हो गया.
अच्छा.
देन मैं जब पुश कर रहा था तो वो मतलब स्टैश्ड हो गया.
Then
तो मैंने देखा
कर सकते हो, right? You can always unstash it if you stash
एक्चुअली
it.
मैं GUI यूज कर रहा था, GitHub डेस्कटॉप, कमांड लाइन नहीं यूज कर रहा था.
Okay.
तो मैंने वो करा बट हो नहीं पाया वो मेरे से, और वो पूरा कोड मेरा परमानेंटली डिलीट हो गया. फिर से मेहनत करना पड़ा.
अरे यार. तो ओके, तो आप बोल रहे हो कि आपने कमिट किया था बट वो स्टेज हो गया और वो दूसरी ब्रांच में चला गया, राइट?
एक्चुअली ब्रांच चेंज हो गई थी, मैंने देखा नहीं.
तो उस ब्रांच में तो आपका कमिट हुआ होगा ना, राइट?
मैंने चेक किया दोबारा तो वहां भी नहीं था, पता नहीं क्यों.
ओके, तो हमारे पास होता है यार, गिट रिस्टोर करके होता है, अगर वो ब्रांच में पुश हुआ होगा, ठीक है, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज चेरी पिक दैट पर्टिकुलर कमिट और वो सारे कमिट चेंजेस आपको वापस आ जाएंगे. सो दैट्स नॉट गोना बी इशू.
मैंने फिर चैट जीपीटी वगैरह का भी यूज किया लेकिन सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिला, मेरा पूरा कोड डिलीट हो गया.
ओके, तो यार see, if you are working with GUI, then I'll suggest you a very good tool यार. सोर्स ट्री करके एक टूल है, सोर्स ट्री. हाँ, एक
मैं लिख ले.
हाँ, सोर्स ट्री है. सो अगर आप GUI बेस्ड बंदे हो, क्योंकि आप जिसको GUI पसंद है, so you guys should use GUI. और उसमें आपको सारी चीजें दिखती हैं, where you actually see how many changes are stashed or how many
मेरा ओपिनियन तो वही है कि जो भी अभी बिगिनर है वो GUI ही यूज करे तो ज्यादा बेटर है, क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोग कोड जो कमांड लाइन है वो याद नहीं रख पाते, देन वो बाद में छोड़ देते हैं, बाद कौन जाएगा रोज पुश करने.
हाँ सही है, लेकिन ये है कि कमांड लाइन इज ओके, सॉरी दिस GUI इज ओके, लेकिन एक बार आप कमांड लाइन स्टार्ट कर दो यूज करना, सो देयर इज नो गोइंग बैक. मैं भी आई यूज्ड टू बी द GUI गाय, बट एक बार आप कमांड लाइन पे अच्छे से फेमिलियर हो जाओ. आई नो इट्स अ नाइटमेयर टू लूज योर हार्ड वर्क जिसमें आप जो अपने कोड करने में लिखा है किया है. ओके, लेकिन ये है कि you can always roll back if it is actually pushed. You have to make sure that if it is pushed, it has to be there in the branch. और वो commit ID से you can that code that Yaku was talking about, you can always cherry pick from that code and you can always get the code back. By the way, you can use this source tree. Source tree में आपको सारे आपके changes दिख जाएंगे और local branch लेके remote branch सारे commits. So yeah, एक बार वो try करो. If it shows there, then कुछ हो सकता है, otherwise that is gone.
Yeah, Shahid will do this later. So Imran, please continue.
Yeah, thank you Jishan bhai for guiding us about Git and GitHub sessions. Now I welcome our Nadeem Nuri sir that guide our students that in which track we go and how to study and which platform we can do for jobs and many other things. Please Nadeem sir, continue.
Thank you Imran to inviting me, and first of all thanks to Mohammed Jisan who have clearly handled this session, and it was truly amazing with hands-on session. It was really amazing. So I would like to add upon, so like there is a website for the documentation purpose. I'm saying that you can browse googlekeeper.com. Let me share my screen. So all kind of are you able to see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes sir, it is.
Okay. So just I was browsing through the internet, so I came over here. So this is a website which gives you all kind of documentation if you are doing professional practices. Okay, so here you can get like the documentation over there. Let me show you. Basically it is free of cost. Yeah, it is there. So if you already know the basic stuff of Git, then you can navigate through this and you can get benefited. Okay, so apart from that, अभी तक जितना भी डिस्कशन हुआ था जिसमें जिसान भाई ने गिट के बारे में बताया, तो गिट बेसिकली एक तरह का टूल है जो सभी को आज के दौर में फिलहाल आना ही चाहिए. द रीजन वेदर यू आर इनटू लाइक फुल स्टैक और एसडी or any kind of other job role, so you will be working along with multiple team members, and at the same time you will not be sitting together. So this will be the best practice to use Git and stay connected with your colleagues. Okay,
सर सबसे किनारे में कमेंट सेक्शन का अगर आप देख रहे हैं.
okay, let me see. Okay, I will drop it over there. Let me. Okay, so what I was saying that कि सारी चीज़ें अवेलेबल है, लेकिन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्वेश्चन एज ए स्टूडेंट हमें कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए. जैसा कि मैं देख पा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट आर फ्रॉम फाइनल ईयर और फ्यू आर फ्रॉम फर्स्ट और सेकेंड ईयर. तो फाइनल ईयर वाले के पास ऑलरेडी सम आइडियाज होता है कि हाँ कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए और हमें किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है. But I'm talking about the first year, the one who is in the first year or second year, they have like 2 years of journey. So from where they can start. तो अभी सबसे पहले उन्हें क्या करना चाहिए कि रिसेंट ट्रेंड्स क्या चल रहा है. Everywhere we are seeing machine learning, artificial intelligence, LLMs, these kind of stuff moving around. Okay, तो उस फील्ड में स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपके पास कुछ टेक्निकल स्टफ. तो टेक्निकल स्टफ में क्या है कि जैसा कि हमें एज ए लैंग्वेज क्या चाहिए, पाइथन चाहिए. पाइथन हम सीख सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मशीन लर्निंग के लिए हमें कुछ लाइब्रेरी जैसा कि अभी जिसान भाई पूछ रहे थे कि हमें किसी भी अदर रिपोजिटरी में अगर कोई भी पीआरस आ रहे हैं या इश्यूज आ रहे हैं तो उसको कैसे बग, जिसको एक तरह का काइंड ऑफ बग बाउंटिंग भी बोल सकते हैं या बग हंटिंग भी बोल सकते हैं, उसको कैसे रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं. सो देयर आर प्लेंटी ऑफ वेबसाइट वेयर यू कैन फाइंड सच काइंड ऑफ बग्स एंड यू कैन रिजॉल्व इट. तो आपको सबसे पहले अपना डोमेन स्पेसिफिक होना पड़ेगा. अब जैसे मैं आई वाज लेट्स टॉक आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ कि जब मैं मेरे फर्स्ट और सेकेंड ईयर में था तो मुझे कुछ आइडिया था नहीं कि मुझे कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए और वहाँ पे कोई गाइडेंस भी नहीं था. ओके, और मैं मेरे घर का फर्स्ट मेंबर था जो कि आउट ऑफ लाइक इंजीनियरिंग सेक्टर में था. तो दिक्कत ये थी कि कोई गाइडेंस था नहीं, तो जिस वजह से मैं सिर्फ एकेडमिक तक ही रह गया. I was just exploring. I was always trying to get 10 CGPA kind of thing. तो यहाँ पे भी बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो सिर्फ मार्क्स के पीछे भाग रहे हैं. बट मैं जहाँ तक एनालाइज कर पा रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं अभी पढ़ा भी रहा हूँ प्लस पैरेलली में इवेंट्स भी अटेंड करता हूँ वीकेंड्स पे, तो मैं देख पा रहा हूँ कि अगर इन सारी चीज़ों को अवॉइड करना है तो स्टूडेंट को एकेडमिक में तो एक्टिव रहना है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट कि अभी रिसेंट में क्या ट्रेंड्स चल रही हैं उसको कैसे हम मीट कर पाए इंडस्ट्री लेवल तक. तो उसके लिए क्या है कि आपको एक्स्ट्रा होना पड़ेगा, एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जिसे बोलते हैं वो होना पड़ेगा. ओके, तो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी होने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, आपको स्किल्स आनी चाहिए. अभी रिसेंट में मैं जहाँ तक देख पा रहा हूँ कि मार्केट में चल रही है एआई और उसके बाद रिलेटेड टू दैट की सिक्योरिटी कैसे हम प्रोवाइड करें उस सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट्स में. अब सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट्स में जैसे आएंगे इंटर करेंगे तो फिर आप इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन जैसे वेब 3.0 तो ब्लॉकचेन की मार्केटिंग आ गई. तो ये सारी चीज़ें चल रही हैं. अब स्टार्ट कहाँ से करना है, आप सपोज कीजिए कि यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन सिक्योरिटी. ओके, सो फॉर सिक्योरिटी पर्सन व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, पहले तो पूरा आपको नेटवर्क्स के कॉन्सेप्ट आने चाहिए, उसके बाद ब्लॉकचेन लेवल पे आप ऐसे चीज़ों को कर सकते हैं। तो उसके लिए एक वेबसाइट है, अगर आप कोई भी ब्लॉकचेन में एक्सप्लोर करना चाह रहे हो तो एक वेबसाइट है केरला ब्लॉकचेन एकेडमी। क्योंकि ब्लॉकचेन के लिए मोस्टली डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस और रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट केरला ब्लॉकचेन एकेडमी एक वाहिद ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसके पास certifications kind of stuff and all the courses are there. Okay, so you can explore this one as well. Okay, or the one who are interested in machine learning kind of stuff, they can navigate to these website kaggle.com. यहाँ पे रियल टाइम में challenges बहुत आती हैं, okay? तो आप इन सारी चीज़ों को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। ओके, तो ये कैगल का वेबसाइट पर यहाँ पे अपना अकाउंट क्रिएट कीजिए और कंपटीशन सेक्शंस में जाइए। यहाँ पे रियल टाइम में कंपटीशंस ओके अवेलेबल होंगे ऑन प्राइस। देखिए जैसे ये दिया हुआ है एआई मैथमेटिकल ओलंपियाड, इसका प्राइस क्या है? अगर इफ यू आर एबल टू सॉल्व दीज चैलेंजेस देन डेफिनेटली यू विल अर्न दीज अमाउंट ऑफ मनी। ये उनका डिस्क्रिप्शन है, उन्होंने क्या चैलेंजेस दिया। इनफैक्ट दे विल प्रोवाइड यू विद द डेटा सेट्स एज वेल विद फार्मूलाज एंड ऑल। ये फर्स्ट प्राइस ये अमाउंट है। तो चैलेंजेस हैं, हमें फाइंड करना आना चाहिए, हमें उसको सॉल्व करना आना चाहिए। ओके, ये सारी चीज़ें तो यहाँ पे आप नेविगेट कर सकते हैं। और दूसरा अगर एक अदर वेबसाइट है यूसीआई मशीन लर्निंग। See, why I'm telling about this, because I am too much into machine learning and data science kind of stuff, so I am aware of this and you must be aware of, because अभी इंडस्ट्री जो है सारा इसी के डायरेक्शन में मूव करेगी। इनफैक्ट अभी जिशान भाई दिखा भी रहे थे कि उन्होंने प्रेजेंटेशन एआई के का यूज करते हुए बनाया है। ओके, तो ये सारा वेबसाइट आपको एक्सप्लोर करना होगा, चीज़ों को सीखनी होगी। Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the things which I wanted to share. Apart from that, anyone have any specific related to, then they can reach out to me and then I can go with the full details, like what are the roadmaps. Yeah. So these are the few basic stuff which they can explore through the internet. Yeah. So yeah, Huzafa, you can move.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you so much, Mr. Dishan Ahmed Bhai and Nadeem Noori sir for this wonderful session. So next, if you have any questions, any students, any questions, like any doubts, please ask here. So
or a student can share their thoughts as well. Yeah. Okay, so it's open to all. You can share your thoughts as well. यहाँ आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या था, वेदर जिसान हैज नेट टू योर एक्सपेक्टेशन और नॉट, या फर्दर क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट किया जा सकता है। तो यू इट्स ओपन माइक, यू कैन ओपन टू ऑल। ओके,
एग्जैक्टली। या मेरा क्या क्वेश्चन है? कुछ
Assalamu alaikum. My name is MD Miraz and I'm a first year BTech CSE student and I'm a beginner in Git and GitHub. So my question is regarding to GitHub repository. That why is the index.html file required when we deploy a project?
There's no need actually. It depends on like which type of project you are building.
But I had faced problems when we deploy a project in which index.html file does not exist, then it will be not showing after deploying.
So using like GitHub pages, right, for deployments?
Yeah.
Okay. So like the project is specific to HTML, CSS, right? So there might be some issues.
Yeah.
So like Git and GitHub is not like limited to like HTML and CSS. Like any kind of projects, like Either it's a text file like Java file, Python file. It's work for all those kind of files, right? So for the deployment,
Okay.
like I think GH pages like GitHub pages is limited to HTML kind of projects only. So and if you are still facing the issue, don't worry. Like you can like meet anyone from our team physically in CSRT department. So we'll try to help you out in
Okay.
like in university also. So at least like
Okay.
you try. I will definitely push you up. Okay. So meet tomorrow at
Okay.
CSRT. Tomorrow is Monday. So, okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, it's clear.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
wanted to clarify something with Nadim Nuri sir, if possible,
Yeah, sure.
because he's a professor in our university. So I want to
Yeah,
ask
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
if you are actually teaching final year students, right? Mostly,
Yeah,
most of the time.
yeah, most of the time.
So I want to ask if you can actually advise them to actually let them let the final year students also share their GitHub with their first year students and second year students and third year students to actually, if they can also contribute in their projects, so they can also learn GitHub while being in the college also, and well, connections will be much more stronger between the alumni in the first 4 years.
Yeah, that will be the better initiative, but the, the interest and the approach should be come from the juniors itself.
Yeah. So
They have
No,
to reach
because
out to
they
them.
will be thinking that the seniors will actually reject the idea, so they won't even
No,
be.
no, that's what I'm saying ना कि उनको उनके किसके साथ अलाइन होना है वो उनके साथ अप्रोच के साथ आए प्रॉपर चैनल्स के थ्रू डेफिनेटली वी विल ऐड देम इन दैट ग्रुप. ये जरूरी नहीं कि हाँ फाइनल ईयर्स के पास ही आइडिया हो सकते हैं, फर्स्ट ईयर्स के पास भी बेटर आइडिया हो सकते हैं, बेटर कैलिबर्स हो सकता है किसी भी चीज को डिलीवर करने का. ओके, सो दे शुड कम अप एंड दे शुड कोलैबोरेट विद देम. अगर ऐसा कुछ सिनेरियो अगर आपके माइंड में या आपने किसी को देखा है तो जस्ट आस्क देम टू कम. डेफिनेटली आई विल ट्राई टू मेक देम इन अ ग्रुप.
मैं तो अपने सीनियर का अप्रोच किया था, कुछ तो हुआ नहीं उससे.
So but you didn't came to us na, so that's the thing.
yeah, exactly. We can
आप तो
approach them.
मास्टर्स में थे, मैं तो
Yeah,
BTech fourth
see,
year में जाऊँगा.
so just take for example Huzefa, like he was trying to reach to all the student as well as all the faculty members. He reached out to me, his Huzefa and his teams. जब भी मैं अवेलेबल था, I was there to help them out. I was there to guide them. तो आप वैसे प्रपोजल के साथ आएंगे, just for the name sake अगर आ रहे हैं तो definitely no one will help you. अगर proper dedications के साथ आ रहे हैं, आपको कुछ contribution सही में चाहिए, किसी का help चाहिए तो definitely they are the communities, they are the things, they will definitely help you out.
Is it possible to actually make a notice, like chart will be there, no notice chart from officially that the final year students can also approach first year students to.
Yeah, so the thing is that कि approach तो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन वो उसको अपने final minor और major project में add नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि contribution should be from final year itself. ये mandate है.
No, मैं सिर्फ GitHub का बोल रहा हूँ, only GitHub.
हाँ, that they can do it.
कंट्रीब्यूट तो कर ही सकते हैं ना कि ये एडिट करके वो डाल देंगे, उसके बाद फिर सीनियर वाले बोलेंगे कि हाँ मुझे ये एक्सेप्टेड है, ये एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है.
Exactly. For that reason, we at least should know like how to use Git and GitHub. That's why we are like having this session, right? So अगर किसी को करना है, किसी को like React में experience है, I'm sharing one of my projects, so you can contribute to this. This is open source. This is a URL shortener built in Next.js. So if you want to contribute, I'm sharing the URL here. You can directly contribute, right? So ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर हो लास्ट ईयर हो, इट डजंट मैटर, राइट? सो शेयर करो, लाइक एक्सप्लोर करो चीज़ें, ठीक है? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Thank you so much for both our mentors today. After this session, we'll like generate the certificate. So please download and share in LinkedIn and social media. And if you have still any questions, so meet us and ask on WhatsApp. So we'll definitely try to help you.
Yeah, I would like to add upon, जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट हो प्लीज आप लोग पार्टिसिपेट करो, जस्ट फॉर नेम सेक मत आओ. पार्टिसिपेट करो। अगर ये हुजैफा इतना एफर्ट दे रहे, उसकी टीम इतनी एफर्ट लगा रहे हैं, जो आपके मेंटर्स आ रहे हैं, उनके साथ आप इंटरेक्ट नहीं करो, उन्हें कैसे मालूम चलेगा कि आप उनके फेज पे हो कि नहीं? क्योंकि दे आर एज्यूमिंग दैट कि हाँ आप उन्हीं के पेज पे जा रहे हो, बट जरूरी नहीं है कि आप उनके पेज पे हो। तो उसके लिए आपको उनसे इंटरेक्ट करना होगा। तो थोड़ी ये हैबिट्स लाइए, देन डेफिनेटली यू विल इम्प्रूव योरसेल्फ।
Most of the Manu students are introverts, so it's not a big introvert for Max.
Okay, thank you, Huzafa and Jishan. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you all.
Assalamualaikum.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys. It was a nice session. Bye.
Any questions? Shaiban Ali?
Just a minute.
Yeah, sure. Please, Shaiban.
Actually, I had a question with Mr. Zishan, brother. As he left, I'll try to.
You can still ask the question. It's not a big deal. We can actually tell him what the question was, and you will get the answer via.
Don't
To know about Zishan, brother.
your voice is not clear actually.
Can you write your question in the
Actually, I
chat
just
box?
wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Are you there, Shaiban? Okay, I think yeah.
Yeah, I am just writing my.
I just wanted to know about the Jisan bro's background. Okay, so he's currently working as an Android developer, MNC based on Hyderabad. He's more than 3 years of experience in like Android. So his core domain is Android development. Okay, Kotlin, Java. And he's 2023 pass out, I guess. Okay, no problem. Just text anyone from admins in Manu Connect WhatsApp. They'll definitely give you WhatsApp number as well as LinkedIn account. Okay. LinkedIn is too.
मैं ये कहूँगा कि ना तुम if I am allowed to actually answer contacts अगर उसका चाहिए जिशान का अगर चाहिए contacts तो तुम ये कर सकते हो कि LinkedIn में पहले तो कनेक्ट वाले बटन में दबा करके कनेक्ट बनाओ, उसके बाद मैसेज करो कि आपका नंबर मिल सकता है कि मुझे आपसे बात करनी है,
या फिर जो भी क्वेश्चन है LinkedIn में पूछ सकते हैं. Like having a number is not solution. जो भी क्वेश्चन है like you can ask on LinkedIn. So it's okay.
उससे जिशान को भी लगेगा कि हाँ सेशन फ्रूटफुल था.
Exactly. If you want like anything reference anything or your domain is like Android, you can definitely reach him out. He'll definitely help you. Okay, so thank you so much guys. Bye Jakub, Imran, rest of the people. Bye, take care.